assets, liabilities and equities.
Have you ever heard these wise words? The saying goes like, your skills are your assets and your weaknesses are your liabilities. Well, an asset is anything that adds immense value to your life, while a liability is anything that gives you away. That is, takes value away from your life. Let's say you have great football skills. Your goals are always perfect. But you are a douche when it comes to interacting with your team members. So, while your goal skills might help you in a match, your lack of team communication can also bring you down, and you might end up losing a match.
Your goal skills are an asset, but your team skills are your liabilities. We need to identify our assets and liabilities in life and try to practice, cherish and celebrate the assets, while acknowledging and improving our liabilities. Since no human is perfect, every human being would possess some assets and some liabilities, like the two sides of a coin. Now, just like in your personality, finance also has its own definitions of assets and liabilities that we will discuss here.
Assets are things you own, which possess some monetary value, which you may be able to recover if you exchange your asset for money, or if you exchange your asset with that of someone else's. For example, if your parents own a house or a property, the house is an asset, as they can recover the money they spent on buying the house when they put it up for sale. If they have gold jewelry, that is also an asset that can be put up for sale to recover money. Thus, anything that possesses monetary value when put up for exchange is called an asset.
Your family is your psychological and intangible asset. They may have no monetary value, but they are the most important thing to you and are invaluable. Your goodwill and friendship with your friends is also an intangible asset, and the fact that they will help you in times of need is the value associated with this asset. Liability, on the other hand, is when you have to give up your money in return for some value. For example, if you borrow money from your friends because you need it, that money is your liability because you are liable to pay back in the future what you borrowed.
The money is what you need because it will be used for some purpose in your life, so it is adding value to your life. However, to achieve this value, you have taken on a liability. Similarly, your parents borrow money from the bank as loans to finance your education, buy a house, etc. This loan is nothing but a liability that they need to pay back to the bank in monthly installments along with the interest, but it enables them to add the value they need, like your education, owning a house, amongst other things.
In short, anything you own or possess is an asset, and anything you would have to return back is a liability. But not all assets can be classified as assets of great value. There are assets whose value increases over time, and those whose value decreases over time, and those whose value remain constant over time. We will talk about this in detail a little later. The third word you hear is equities. What is it? Remember? We talked about buying stocks of companies in the stock market? Well, stocks are nothing but intangible ownerships of a company that are exchanged for money.
So basically, when you buy stocks of a company, you own that fraction of the company which is equal to your stocks divided by the total number of stocks issued by the company in the market to the public. This is called owning equities of companies.
Do you feel like equities are very similar to assets? They might look very similar, but one major difference is, while assets are usually about ownership of value-based goods or commodities, equities are usually about ownership of a company's goodwill in the society. That is, its performance in the market will help you decide whether you need to invest in the company by buying its stock or not. Besides, these stocks can be traded daily on the stock market, while you normally don't trade your assets on a daily basis.